Hi, we're Maddie and Nico, and we are turning this empty cargo van into this tiny home on wheels. We have no building experience, but we'll take you along each step as we transform our 2020 Ford Transit van.
In this video, we build our indoor shower, so let's get to it. First, we built this box out of plywood and screwed it into our cabinets. We then screwed it down into the floor.
It's time to drill a giant hole in our floor. So here we go. Just finished drilling the hole. This is what it looks like. Right down to the bottom. Unfortunately, the hole saw I was using was apparently made for wood. I had a really hard time getting through the metal, so I got our metal drill bit, which was slightly smaller than the pipe. It's gonna stick through the hole. Once I got that hole cut, I then used a grinder to slightly widen it out, and now it's a snug fit. We'll still put some silicone in to seal it. I'm going to paint it right now, and then I'm going to start with Redgard. In case you wondered, this is what I just drilled, all those layers. So each time I drilled through one of these wood parts, I took it out with the drill bit, and then I got the next one, I got the next one, I got the next one, and then the metal. Got my Redgard. It says apply with a 3/8 roller, or you can do a trowel, but I'm gonna do a roller. It's pink right now. When I apply it in here and it dries for about 2 hours, it turns red, and they say do it about as thick as a credit card. Just got done with the first coat of Redgard. It's kind of like painting with toothpaste. It does roll on nicely. You're supposed to do 2 to 3 coats. It says it dries in about an hour and a half. So as you can see, this turns red, hence the name Redgard. This is just the first coat, so I'm gonna do a second coat, see how that looks, and maybe even a third coat. I just took some measurements for the bottom of our shower, and we've got some Kerdiboard, drawing my measurements, ready to cut it. I'm just going to do it with a utility blade. So I got my Kerdiboard cut out. It's in our box right now, and as you can see, I don't have a drain hole. So the next step is going to be figuring out where that is, and how I'm going to do that is I just dipped the end of our tube extension for the drain in a little bit of paint. So I'm gonna go underneath the van, stick it through the hole I cut, and then mark it on the bottom. Now that I have my hole marked, I'm gonna use the same hole saw that I used to cut that bottom hole, which is the same size as this diameter. So this is just gonna slide right through. Here we are with the Kerdiboard with the drain attached. So it just goes through. I have a rubber gasket that lifts this up a little bit, goes through, and then our extension tube that'll go through the floor. Might have to cut a little bit off this once it's through the floor, but we'll find that out later. So our next step is going to be putting this and actually gluing it down to the bottom of this. We're going to do that with Kerdi Fix, specifically for Kerdiboard. We just got our Kerdiboard down, glued onto the bottom of our box. We got the drain fitted through the hole on the bottom of the van. So the next step is we have something called Kerdi strip, which is basically the waterproof membrane of Kerdi. We're going to put it on the corners of the box coming down to the Kerdiboard, and then we're going to fix it with the same glue we just used. And then we're going to Redgard over each of these edges so that it forms one piece to make it as waterproof as possible. Good morning, it is yet another day. Today we are going to finish up the waterproofing of our shower slash toilet. As you can see, this is nice and dried up. It went down pretty smoothly. So now the next step is going to be, I've got my Redgard ready, and I'm just going to go over these edges. After that, we're going to start with our vinyl tile. Next on today's to-do list is tiling our box. We just let the Redgard dry. We just got this first vinyl tile cut. Now we're trying to figure out how to exactly put where the drain is going to be onto this. We just measured where our drain is going to be located on this tile. We have this hole saw, which is like pretty much exactly the same size of our drain. So we just kind of measured the outsides of the drain hole and then made a square, and then I connected the corners. So now we have a center, and we'll just go like that and cut it out.
Hopefully it'll be accurate. We'll see.
First, we put silicone around our drain just to make sure it seals up nicely. And then put a little bit of silicone around the hole we drilled in the tile. We then used liquid nail in order to glue down the tile. After the tile was down, I wiped the excess silicone out of the drain. How these tiles work is just like our floor, they have a tongue and a groove. Before you put the tongue in the groove, you want to put some silicone in both, and then they just snap together. After we got the tile down on the floor, we went around the edges with silicone.
Hi guys, today we are tiling the wall parts of the shower. We had to do a lot of thinking, a lot of math and equationing and, you know, geometry. We have these little pieces of paper that I cut into like roughly the shape of the side walls of our shower box, and I wrote like tongue and groove on the pieces based on what we can use, which tiles. So we managed to make all of our tiles line up tongue and groove except for one tiny part, which we're just gonna fill with a shit ton of silicone. The rest of it all fits, so we didn't have to buy another box of tiles.
Once all the tile was in place, we then went around all the corners with silicone once again to give it a nice sealed finish. After that, we then took our 12-volt outlet, siliconed around it, and then pressed it in. Once the tiling was done, we cleaned it up a bit, and then Maddie got to work by sealing up the top. We just used this rubber gasket with some VHP on the bottom, and it has held up pretty nicely over the last year and a half. So here is our finished product of our shower. It also is our toilet, and it stores all that stuff right there, which is kind of part of our shower, and some toiletries and stuff. But figured I'd show you how it works. This acts as a bench seat. We can put some pillows right here and sit pretty comfortably. This top is removable, and we'll show you how we actually made this. That'll be in a different video. So you can lift this up. Let's just fully remove it. Here is our compost toilet. I'll do a whole video on this, but we have a compo closet from Kerdi. It works really well, and it's easy to clean and take care of. Let's get this out of here. Obviously this has been waterproofed, but what we have to do is I take this curtain and then I hang it. So I'll show you how to do that. So this is just a normal bathroom shower curtain that we bought. How we hang it, I don't know if you can see it, but right here there's a small little eyelet. I have this S hook, so it just goes right there. So it's hanging down, and I have one right here, there. So using the eyelets and the S hooks, I take my shower curtain and I just start hanging it. So here's our shower curtain hung. I'll show you around. Looks like that. There's this little bit of a gap right here, which is good because I need to then, I'll attach this hose to the sink, which will kind of run right here. That's what it looks like from here. For the shower head, we just take this and screw, and we take this, I think it's a 6-foot shower hose. So now when I turn this on, we have a shower head. We can just leave this on and just use this. We take our shower head, drop it in, and leave it hanging like that. Get in the shower. It is a little bit tight. It's really not the best shower in the world, but it does work in a pinch. So if we really need to shower inside when it's, I don't know, say snowing outside, we don't have to use our outdoor shower. Although it is very nice to have this shower here, there are some drawbacks to what we built. It is quite small. I've actually never used it. I always use the rear shower, or if I really need a shower, I will just kind of wash my hair in the sink and then take a baby wipe shower. Maddie's used this about 3 or 4 times in about a year and a half. So it does come in handy, but honestly, it's kind of a hassle to actually shower in it. Setting up the curtain is kind of a pain. It's claustrophobic in there. So if there's one thing I would change about it is maybe make it bigger, but then it takes up more room in the van itself for something that we don't really use that often. Having this bench seat here is super nice. I don't know where else we'd put a toilet other than in here. That's a big benefit for us to just have this open cavity. If I'm gonna shower, I just use the back shower. And if you want to learn how we built all that, you can watch our plumbing video. As far as building this, it was pretty easy. We only used 1 box of tile, so it was pretty cheap. We had leftover liquid nail that we glued everything down with. We had leftover silicone. All in all, it was pretty cheap to build and relatively easy, except for trying to figure out how to figure out the tiles like you saw in the video. All in all, if we were gonna build another van, we'd definitely still have this box here. I don't know if I'd build a shower, but it is nice when we need it. There's our honest opinion about our shower. So here's our rear shower. If you watch our plumbing video, I show you how to build this whole thing, but this is just a quick rendition. We have a quick connect piece right here that we got off Amazon that connects into our shower. We have this suction cup. We have our shower head that attaches to the hose. You put the shower head in the suction cup holder, and then you turn it on. And that's our shower. This is much easier because you can just leave this running. You don't have that nozzle. Kind of works better for the hot water to leave it running. And if we need privacy, we take that same shower curtain and we hang it between these doors, so this is all closed off if there's people around. But if we're using the outdoor shower, we're usually somewhere that doesn't matter. If we do need to catch that water, we have this little pool that's really made for washing your dog. We use it to stand in and collect the water. If you're building out a shower in your van and you found this video helpful, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to our channel. On our page, you'll find out how we built everything from the floor to the ceiling. If you're building out a van, please check that out. See you in the next video.